Sean Sewell with Engearment.com. Got a fun video for you on the new Marmot Tungsten 3-person tent. This is the newest version, the 2024 version of the Tungsten tent. There's a 2, 3, and even a 4-person available. Previous to this tent, I had a Marmot Tungsten, I believe it was a 2-person, maybe about 8 or 9 years ago. Green, love that thing, easiest setup. I would put it up there in the top 3 tents in the price in the category for that time. Now this one is 6 pounds for a 3-person tent, making it totally backpackable, as well as in our case, truck camping, where we have our truck here and we are up at Jones Pass. I'm gonna set this tent up, go through the features and functions, and tell you what we like about it, okay? Let's get into it. So like I mentioned, I have quite a bit of experience with the previous version, very, very previous version, 8, 9 years ago. So I'm excited to see what's updated. This thing's brand new, bam. Gonna put it together right in front of you, show you how this works. What's cool about this one, it comes with a footprint too. A lot of tents don't come with footprints. One of the easier tents to set up. I'm simply going to put the blue to blue, gold to gold, and then clip it all together. And there you have it. That's pretty simple, right? Of course, the proper technique would have been to stake out at least one corner, if not all the corners, but luckily at the moment we, knock on wood, do not have much wind. Comes with nice stakes and guy lines. So now the tent is set up. You can see the color coding makes it very easy to know where to go, what to do. Now, of course, most conditions you're going to want the rain fly on. So let's do that. And make it very nice and easy. It's color coded. So we have a blue and a yellow. And these are real simple clips. Just gonna clip it in place and we'll come back and tighten in a minute. Now that all 4 are clipped in, I'm going to start tightening them down. Whoa! Whoa, hey buddy, where'd you come from? So I've got all 4 corners staked out, tightened down. I'm going to take the last 2 stakes and create the vestibules for the front door and the rear door. Now the Marmot Tungsten 3-person is set up, ready for the weather that's coming in. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now I'm just opening up the doors. So as you probably saw there, I rolled back the front door, has a nice little toggle right here. This is new and improved compared to what I had before. And I got this nice D door right here. I'm gonna stuff him away. Let's go for a little tour into the tent. So I'm impressed with a lot of things with this tent compared to the previous version I had. Super simple setup as you saw. Yellow, yellow, blue, blue. 1 stake in front, same thing in the rear. The door, I unzipped right there, and that toggle right there. used to keep him at bay. You can see the nice ventilation going on here. It's a fun shaped door too, very easy to use. Sizable bathtub floor. What that means is this blue part where it goes up to the orange part is bathtub, like a bathtub at home. And it even extends up higher, as you can see there in the corners. A few pockets. There's some nice shade pockets right there. You can put a headlamp in there and it'll help diffuse light, which is pretty cool. And I have another toggle right there holding the mesh door in place. Yeah, it's even more impressive and more well built than the version I had 8-9 years ago. Again, 6 pounds, so between 3 people it's 2 pounds a person, or between 2 people it's just 3 pounds a person. And how we would use it, my wife and I, would be her and I and our dog. And yeah, great amount of ventilation right there. And what's cool too is you can unzip on the inside, see right here, to access right there. And what that'll do is give you extra ventilation, kind of like a high-low. So down there, it would bring in air, and up here, it would help discharge the air. That way you circulate the air throughout the tent and remove hopefully as much condensation as possible. So hopefully seeing me set up the new Marmot Tungsten 3-person tent was helpful, and how easy it was to set up. And of course, what I would do if I was above tree line or in windier conditions, I would take that guy line, that yellow cord you saw me have in my hand earlier, and tie it to all these places, which also have reflective hits. And then I would guy that out to additional stakes, which you will need to purchase additional stakes. And that'll keep this tent guyed out and more pervious to weather, wind, and crazy conditions that we experience. I mean, there's snow right there. So we get it all here in Colorado. And I have used the tungsten in a lot of those conditions. So yeah, there it is. And we're camping at about, I think about 10,200 feet. Tree line is right about here, about 11,000 feet. And temperatures tonight will probably get into upper 20s. So tonight, to handle those temperatures, what I'll be using is a 2-person sleeping pad. We had the Nemo one we reviewed a few weeks ago. And then the sleeping bag I'll be using is a Marmot as well, the Sawtooth 15-degree 2-person bag. We'll go in there with a couple of camp pillows and my dog Chloe and I, and that's where we're gonna sleep. All right, so another night in the Marmot Tungsten 3 tent, this time the 2024 version. Doesn't disappoint. It's so spacious, handles condensation well, handles the wind really well, as you can probably see from the trees blowing in the background. It's pretty windy, especially last night. And how I had the tent set up, I just had the top port open the whole time. Show what I mean by that. Just had that guy open the whole time. He helped circulate air into the tent, and you want air to come into the tent to help circulate condensation. Other than that, just had it staked out. You know, in the future, I'd take those guy lines and I'd tie them off here, probably here, and here, and stake them out so we won't lose the tent in high wind. And it was very windy, but still was totally manageable. As you can see right here, a lot of wind. Had that guy tied off. And I didn't have like the most elaborate setup in here, but my dog and I stay warm even though it's only about 30 degrees. On the X-Bed 3.5-inch mattress, Patagonia synthetic down blanket, a 650 fill down blanket for thermarest, and then Chloe's favorite blanket to warm up with. And we were fine, totally fine. But look at these spacious walls. It's a really nice golden green kind of color that comes in when the sun's popping up. And the sun's been up for probably about an hour and a half. And it's like this magic hour for lighting. But yeah, this is that is the wind. This is where we camped at elevation up here in Colorado. And so I didn't want to just do a video of me setting the tent up. That's simple. I wanted to show you we actually used it and actually slept in it and would actually recommend it. So what do we like? Price point is just right. The only things in this price point that are comparable, REI quarter dome potentially, This one has plenty of space for a 6-foot tall human being, another 6-foot tall human being, possibly a third one, but definitely 2 people and a dog, or 2 people and 2 dogs, no problem whatsoever. 6 pounds out of the package. That is pretty manageable for backpacking, especially for truck camping, which we're doing. Our truck is right behind the camera, you probably saw. It's a no-brainer. We always keep a tent like this, but probably we'll keep this tent now this summer in the truck with that quilt and that other quilt, because we can handle whatever comes our way. Should another couple show up, should we not want to use our rooftop tent, should we not want to use the Airbnb with the in-laws and sleep in the backyard, which has happened. It's just nice to have an alternative. It's also nice to have this tent for us to use. We miss tent-based camping. We do a lot of rooftop tent camping. We do a lot of other elevated glamping, but tent camping, that's where it started. Just tent camping on the side of a mountain with some snow, and dogs, and hamburgers. Low key, you know. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. The Marmot Tungsten 3-person, good deal, good build quality, robust. It's able to handle late winter camping up here at elevation in Colorado. Guide out properly, it can handle even more weather, and it's really easy to use, and it's just nice and sizable inside. 2 thumbs up. I'm Sean Sewell with Engearment.com. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, thumbs up would be appreciated. If you want to see more content, more camping gear, consider subscribing to our Engearment YouTube channel. Till next time, take care.